Hello, my name is Mike Timmins, CEO of Fury Gold Mines. Fury is an exploration development company based in Toronto, and we're focused on advancing high-grade gold projects in Canada. The vision is to become the next mid-tier mining company and be pouring gold by 2025. We have over 3.5 million ounces of gold in the portfolio, 20 million in cash, and we're about to start a 50,000-meter drill program in Quebec. Please take a chance to review our disclosure regarding forward-looking statements. Fury's 3 assets in the portfolio, 2 development assets, as you can see, in Quebec and BC, and 1 exploration asset in Nunavut, which is our Committee Bay project. We designed Fury to offer shareholders low-risk development growth and exposure to a major discovery. News releases that have been coming out recently really talk about Eau Claire and being better than advertised. A lot of potential at the deposit and continuing on the mine deposit trend, which we're about to see. Obviously, a people-based approach will be put in place to certainly guide our success. This is the capital structure. We've repositioned 2 sets of shareholders in this arrangement, 118 million shares outstanding. The treasury of around 20 million really goes to fund the first 50,000 meters that we're going to be doing at Eau Claire, and working capital for the next 12 months. We're trading on the TSX in the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker FURY. First week of trading a few weeks ago, 4 analysts came out with buy targets which average around $3.70 Canadian per share. This is the management team and the board of directors, with an emphasis on growth, of course. It really starts with people, skills, experience, and the playbook. The top 3 people of the company come from Agnico, Goldcorp, and Newmont. Comfortable with big scale, multiple asset platforms. It's going to be exciting to kind of set up the business and build it going forward. Michael and Brian essentially are Oren's Canadian technical team and the core of our northern exploration skill sets, which we're going to be relying on heavily. Mr. Ivan Bebek, our chairman, leads a first-class and active board, as you can see. This is a potent combination of tier 1 technical expertise and access to capital, both of which you need to grow a mining company. Project locations, well-serviced mining centers. This is northern Canada and home for us. Together across the platform, as I've said, 3.5 million ounces, 2 development assets, 1 exploration asset. Homestake in BC really has a theme of returning to exploration. The goal there is to increase the ounce profile of that project as we advance it. Committee Bay, next summer it'll be 10 to 15,000 meters, targeting major discovery and building ounces at 3 Bluffs. We're going to focus the talk today on Eau Claire. We're going to be drilling there this week. We've come out with a number of press releases that have slowly layered in our targeting, showing, basically demonstrating a lot of the upside that we saw when we did the deal, but also starting to reveal new upside as we're going to see in a moment. Bottom of the slide, of course, we're about to initiate over 80,000 meters over the next 18 months to really get active and drive that per share performance, which is of course our primary objective. Our lead asset is Eau Claire, James Bay region of Quebec, roads, airports, and power. If you put your mining hat on, you can see low execution, low operating risk. 2018 PEA is well done. Resource of high quality. 60% of it is in the measured indicated category. Over 260,000 meters of drilling in the resource so far. Very attractive operational flexibility. I think the PEA suggested a 2 or 3 years of initial production coming from open pits. I think that's probably going to be more like 3 or 4. At probably double the output. Goal is to grow Eau Claire to 150 to 200,000 ounces per year over a 10-year period. And the only way you can do that, of course, is through exploration. This is the Eau Claire long section. As you can immediately see, it's defined by the limit of drilling. And you can also see a very robust ounce per vertical meter characteristic of the deposit. At a cutoff grade of 3.5 grams per ton, you yield an overall underground grade of around 8 grams per ton. This is a significant observation and will have a lot of impact, of course, in a positive way on the economics of the deposit. The bold rectangle in the center of the image, of course, is the targeting of our infill program that we're beginning this week. Exploration step-out targets that we described in some detail last week in a press release. Targets A, B, and C test the 1 kilometer down plunge extension of Eau Claire. With success, and if we can increase the ounce profile of the project and plan a mine around an 8-gram underground mining scenario, this will all be captured between Eau Claire and the Snake Lake deposit. We wanted to provide a bit more update on our infill program. We have 25,000 meters targeting the lower regions of the resource. In the oval is 200,000 ounces of around 12 grams per ton. So that's, we're aiming here to not only increase the resource category, but also to add ounces. Eau Claire structural situation and IP, it's pretty clear that gold deposition at Eau Claire is structurally controlled. There's a primary shear plane running east-west, carries high-grade gold in quartz tourmaline veins, and then you have these secondary shear structures and planes intersecting the primary shear at 20 to 30 degree angles. These secondary shears host gold in alteration and typically have wider intersect widths. This summer, we began a gradient array IP survey, and we were successful in imaging the Eau Claire structural model. As we move our IP work to the east, we're seeing more and more of these, the same kind of structural relationship between the primary and secondary shears. And certainly we've outlined for you one here at basically at Snake Lake. Across the bottom of the image, you can see our step-out targeting arrays, target A, B, and C, which is really going to test this relationship between Eau Claire and Snake Lake, and really, shed some light on the extension of the Eau Claire primary shear structure. This is the 7-kilometer deposit trend, and so far we're really, trying to focus our exploration to support a potential mining situation. Our IP survey is slowly being complete, and we will be updating this as we go. And we're anticipating seeing more of these, to image more of these structural models going forward. This is Clearwater in our regional situation. Gold is the vector here. At the bottom left, you're going to see Eau Claire, and you're going to see a 7-kilometer deposit trend that we've been talking about. 5 kilometers to the north is the northern trend, and it really hosts the same gold and quartz tourmaline veins at surface that we see at Eau Claire. The blue chevron on the right side is where we're going to be focusing our summer field program. We're going to be conducting a pretty comprehensive surface sampling campaign to support our targeting in that area going forward. We have over 50 kilometers of productive regional structures for us to explore, which I think is significant. Right? So the key message here at Eau Claire and at Clearwater is that we have gold at all scales. At the deposit, of course, along the deposit trend or the mine trend, which is I'm going to be calling it, all along the Canard Deformation Zone, and then certainly at the regional scale as we go. Our aim is to build a Canadian-focused mining company, stay connected with our owners as we actively build out and assemble a fairly attractive growth profile. And we're committed to growing. And you're going to see that as we start to heavily invest in exploration. We're excited to begin drilling at Eau Claire for 2 reasons. One, to demonstrate that upside that we saw that supported the deal and our valuation. And 2, just to keep revealing more potential as we've already been doing prior to drilling. to increase the scope and the growth potential of our business in Quebec. Between now and the end of next year, 80,000 meters of drilling high-grade deposits across Canada, setting out on a campaign of sequential exploration activity, providing the market with those great catalysts you need to drive the company's valuation on a per-share basis, which is, of course, our primary objective. Thank you.